10 years ago, the vision of Firm was born. A vision that you've been a part of, to see every person in Israel transformed by the love of Yeshua. When Jesus came and walked these streets, he invited you into the story. It's the story of God's promises unfolding from Jerusalem to the nations, and now back to where it all began.
I really had a heart for the Great Commission. So when God said, Michael, I'm calling you to Israel, I thought, is Israel even part of the Great Commission? And it wasn't until God brought me to Romans 9, 10, and 11, I started to see Paul's heart, this great sorrow, this never-ceasing anguish of the Jewish people. And when I saw that, I thought, wow, I don't relate with that anguish. And I said, God, would you share with me the heart that Paul had, the heart that Yeshua has, to weep over Jerusalem? God supernaturally brought me together with Wayne and Ann Hillsden, pioneers who've been laboring here for decades.
When we got here in 1983, there were about 500 Jewish believers in Yeshua. Today, maybe 30,000. And so as we saw the growth, we also saw a lot of these believers, they're first generation. So we just felt we've got to empower, we've got to help, we've got to equip. We also saw a lot of ministries that were vital, but they were working in isolation. And we felt it was important to be a bridge between each other, but also a bridge to the Christian world. People around the world have a heart for this nation, but they don't know how could they get involved.
It started with a question. How can believers around the world bless Israel in a gospel-centered way? This is why Firm exists. We want to bridge the gap, to engage Christians around the world and empower ministry in the land. We are honored to lift up the arms of over 80 local partners all across Israel. Our passion is to resource, unite, and empower the local body, while at the same time inspiring, educating, and mobilizing believers around the world to join the story. The last 10 years have been filled with God's faithfulness.
It's here where I'm officially announcing that we are beginning a new initiative called Firm, Fellowship with Israel-related.
Decades they have poured into children. We know that your heart is for the widow.
To move from reading about something to seeing it in reality, the evidence.
Speak to me. Jesus is not coming back until he brings you as the opportunity to receive the
binds us
gospel.
together in his love. Yeshua is the only beauty in these ashes. As you watch, I invite you to become part of this story.
When we took on something, we would first of all bathe it in prayer. And second of all, we'd have to keep putting it before the Lord and saying, this is yours, not ours. We've spent years getting to know people, letting them understand that we are not trying to build our own thing, but we are wanting to build the kingdom. Suddenly, we saw what can happen when people get together and help each other.
יכולים לשתף פעולה, אנחנו יכולים לעזור אחד לשני, אנחנו עושים את זה כבר בתפילה ובעזרה, אבל באמת לבוא ולהתגייס למטרות שכולנו פועלים בשדה הזה שנקרא מדינת ישראל. זה מדהים לראות שיתוף פעולה ואנחנו צריכים לעשות את זה יותר ויותר.
Exactly 1 year ago, I decided to give my life to Yeshua.
Every generous gift reveals the love of Jesus. A teenager being discipled, a Holocaust survivor receiving care, a single mother choosing life knowing she's not alone, a new believer encountering Yeshua, a displaced family coming home.
My house got direct hit and it was burned. We fled in the 8th of October. Actually, we thought it was just for a few days. It was very hard for me to see everything just black inside. Thought to myself, what would I do? Like, I need to bring my children back. Just want to say thank you for you to change in my life and my children's life. Because of you, I have home now.
When I think about what Firm is really about, I think about the connections that we get to be a part of globally with the church into what is happening here in Israel. And I think about the pastors who have looked at us with tears in their eyes and have said, you've helped me to understand a stronger love for the Jewish people and for the land of Israel. I think about one of the ministry leaders that we get to work with, and I remember being able to say, we're going to come alongside you with the generosity of the nations and help you be able to have a stronger impact.
Because of your generosity, local believers are being strengthened and united. The gospel is advancing and lives are being transformed. From the beginning, we made a bold commitment, the 100% promise.
We really wanted to focus on building trust. We made this crazy 100% promise that when people give money, 100% of those funds go to that ministry and that project. We would trust God would provide for our budget as we would help raise money for the body. And we saw that what the Bible said was true, that when we would be faithful with a little, God began to trust us with more. What started with a few $100 or a few $1,000 started to grow and multiply. Now it's several $million a year that we're funding into over 80 different ministries, hundreds of gospel projects that are transforming lives all across Israel every single year.
We just had to pray, seek the face of God, and believe for provision. The seed that's been planted, it's now flourishing, it's growing.
In 10 years, God has done more than we could have imagined, but we believe the next 10 will be even greater. We are already seeing Firm become a catalyst for innovation and collaboration among believers to work together and to reach more people than ever before.
My dream for the body of Messiah here in Israel is that we can stand apart because we're different. And because of the love of Yeshua, we actually have a hope inside of us that comes from the Lord.
What excites me the most about the next 10 years is seeing the next generation rise up, not only in Israel, but around the world.
We've gone from surviving to thriving, and we started with this crazy vision, but I'm starting to believe it's closer than we even expect, that we will see a day where every person in Israel will be transformed by the love of Yeshua.